Today, let's dive into a story from Nigeria. It feels like an ancient folktale, but it's also incredibly relevant to what's happening right now. The title alone, The Keeper of Both Worlds. Wow. It just hints at this massive challenge, this search for balance, trying to bridge divides, and feeling the weight of holding two totally different realities in your own two hands. This story doesn't kick off with some big, epic hero's quest. Nah, it starts with a kid's question, a really simple one, but also kind of profound, right? Why does fire eat wood but water drinks earth? It's the kind of question that just stops you in your tracks and makes you rethink everything you thought you knew. It sets the stage for a world where curiosity is basically a superpower. And that, right there, that's the heart of it all. This isn't just about learning some new things. It's a journey of complete transformation. We're talking about a path that takes a boy from his tiny village out into the great big world. His quest isn't just to find answers, but to actually weave them together into something brand new. It's an epic, in the truest sense of the word.
All right, so let's start at the beginning, where all good stories do, the origin. Our hero's story kicks off in a place where asking questions was just a part of life.
Meet Emeka. Now, in his village, all the kids were curious, but Emeka, he was on another level. His questions just burned brighter. He was never happy with just knowing what happened. He had this deep-seated need to know why. His mind was always going, always pushing at the edges of his world.
And this is the question that changes everything. He's only 7 harvests old, listening to this old story everyone knows, but he sees something deeper. He connects a simple folktale to something huge, to philosophy, to destiny, to what it means to be human. This question just stuns the elders. They look at this little kid and realize they're dealing with a mind that's way, way beyond his years.
So the village, being wise in its own way, knew its own limits. Emeka's hunger for knowledge, it was just too big for them to satisfy. And just like that, the call to adventure arrives. He has to leave his home, leave everything and everyone he's ever known, to go find the answers to all those questions burning inside him. But his father gives him this warning, and it's not a rejection of new ideas, it's something much deeper. It's a warning about his identity. And this one piece of advice really sets up the central conflict of the whole story. Can you go out and gain all the knowledge in the world without losing who you are? Can you grow these amazing new branches, but still keep your roots firmly in the ground? So, Emeka sets off. But here's the thing. His education doesn't start in a classroom. The journey itself, that becomes his very first teacher, getting him ready for all the challenges that are heading his way. Picture this. It's a 3-day walk, and his uncle basically turns the whole world into a living, breathing lesson. From the forest, he learns that people, well, we're like trees. We're all connected by these roots you can't even see. From a blacksmith, he learns that hardship, the heat and the pressure, it can shape you into something strong and useful. And maybe the most important lesson comes from an old woman at the market. Never, ever let the new things you learn make you forget the old things. And then, right before he gets to the school, a young teacher gives him this final piece of wisdom that will literally shape his whole life. The goal isn't to find the one right answer. No, the goal is to collect all the answers and then weave them together like threads in a beautiful cloth. It's all about synthesis, you see, not replacement. All right, we've made it. We're at the school, and this is the heart of the conflict. This is where Emeka is going to face his biggest tests yet, caught between two powerful and very different ways of seeing the world. Let's see how he handles it. So at the school, Emeka is literally living in 2 different worlds at the same time. On one side, you've got the wisdom from his village. It's all oral stories, it's tied to the seasons, it's all about community. And on the other side, you've got the school's knowledge. It's written down, it's linear, it's focused on what the individual can achieve. He's learning more than just new facts here. He's learning a completely new way of looking at reality itself. And here's the thing about Emeka. He doesn't just sit back and accept this new reality. He questions it. With this one simple, powerful question, he completely challenges the colonial narrative he's being taught. He's pointing out that words matter, that your perspective matters. He's not just a student. He's a real critical thinker. But Emeka's questions, they don't just challenge the books. They challenge his teacher, Father O'Connor. And instead of punishing him, the father sees a little bit of his own forgotten curiosity in the boy. Emeka actually forces his teacher to rethink everything he thought he knew for certain. And their relationship? It shifts from teacher-student to two people learning from each other. It's amazing. This next part, wow, it's such a beautiful, powerful moment. At a school festival, Emeka doesn't just get up and tell a story from his village, he actually plants seeds from his father's farm right there in the school's soil. He's physically showing everyone his core belief. Education is about adding things, not taking them away. You don't leave your culture behind, you plant it in new ground and help it grow.
So just when it seems like Emeka is finally finding his balance, bam, a crisis hits. And this is the ordeal, the final test that's going to define him as the keeper.
And think about this timing. It's just 3 weeks before the exam that's going to decide his entire future. And he gets this message. He has to choose his family, his roots, or his education, his future. It's the central conflict of his whole life, boiled down into one impossible decision. So he goes home, and at his dying father's side, he isn't just given comfort, he's given this sacred trust. It's called the ancestral book. And this isn't just any book. It's the collected wisdom of his entire people. His father's final wish is not just for him to read it, but to add to it, to merge all his new knowledge with this ancient wisdom.
He gets back to school, and the exam is the next day. The next day. He has just one night to prepare for a test that his classmates have had weeks to study for. The odds are just completely impossible. His entire future is riding on this one single night. So how on earth does he pass? Well, it's not by cramming a bunch of facts. It's by answering from his heart. In his exam essay, he writes about his journey, about these two worlds. He argues that real education isn't about choosing one world over the other. It's about learning how to hold both at the same time, to stand in two rivers at once. He passes not by picking a side, but by becoming the bridge between them. So he did it. He passed his test, and in the process, he found his true purpose. And now his journey comes full circle. It's time to bring all the wisdom he's gained back to the very people who sent him on his quest in the first place. And this is just the perfect ending, or actually the perfect new beginning. He doesn't go off to the big city to chase success. No, he goes right back to the source. He starts teaching under the very same tree where his own journey began, transforming from the boy who asked all the questions into the man who helps others find their own.
And the school he starts is completely revolutionary. It's built on this incredible philosophy he spent his life learning. Students are taught to be strong in their own language, Igbo, first, to give them deep roots before they reach for the sky with English. They teach modern science right alongside traditional wisdom, and I love this. Every single day, they have something called the Hour of Questions, just to make sure that spark of curiosity that started it all never, ever dies out. And so, the story leaves us with this massive question. What's the real point of education? Is it about just filling up an empty jar with facts? Or is it about giving someone the tools to honor their roots while also growing wings? To be the keeper of the world they inherit and the architect of the one they're going to build? The story of Emeka, I think, suggests the answer has to be both.